fingers crossed we can get the parking sensors working today. So I knew the parking sensors weren't working, got the car plugged in the other day, and the only code in the PDC module was for this sensor here. So I pulled the sensor out. Might struggle to show this with one hand, but this whole area pops out. So I took the connector off the sensor, and we've got one bent pin and a pin completely missing, which is lodged in the connector. So here's an aftermarket sensor, I'm hoping it's going to work, and a new connector that I'm going to wire in. So start by pulling the old sensor out. So I left this tab, and you can push it from the other side. Now we can chop off the old connector at any point. Might as well make it as long as possible and chop close to the connector, ready to wire up the new one. But do note that you may end up with different colour coding, so you'll want to pay special attention to which wire goes into which hole on the old connector, because you'll need to match them up to the new wires. So if your wiring's different on the old connector, then just before you chop it, make a note of which wires are going into which pin. So we've got blue with a yellow tracer, yellow with a blue tracer, and green with a purple tracer. And we'll be able to match these up just by looking at this end. We don't need to make a note of the colour of the wires, we can do them one by one. So before I solder the new connector on, I've connected it to the new sensor. Just twisted the wires together for now, obviously make sure they stay separate. And we're going to try putting the car in reverse and seeing if the parking sensors give us the constant beep or whether we get a reading off them. So that seems to have the usual solid beep that I had before. So I'm not getting the solid beep that I was getting before, so I'm assuming that it's wired up right, but there still might be an error somewhere, or maybe a code needs resetting. Right, so using a friend's code reader, because mine's not good enough, it doesn't work on the BMWs. I've still got the fault in, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hopefully clear the fault and the parking sensors will work, fingers crossed.